Not very many bands have a catalog as perfect or as solid as Breaking Benjamin, meaning that all of their albums, all of their songs are very, very good. So it's going to be very hard for me to rank these 6 albums. Well, technically 7, but we'll get there. But the main 6 albums it's going to be so hard to do because I love each and every song on those albums, but I do have to make a decision. So without further ado, let's kick it off. Starting with the bottom pick, fucking Aurora. Oh boy, Aurora is definitely an album. Now, Aurora was released in 2020, and it consists of acoustic renditions of songs, if you want to call them renditions of songs. And I think it's very piss poor, only because Ben's vocals. You'd think for an acoustic album that you would re-record your vocals to fit the album, or to fit the acoustic version of a song, like a lot of bands do. Like one I can think of in my head is the Raven Age with Exile. But Aurora, Ben didn't re-record his vocals. They took the vocals from the original song and slapped them on to the Aurora acoustic versions. With Dear Agony is probably the biggest offender of that, and my least favorite version of a Breaking Benjamin song. And it's very sad to say that the vocal features from Michael Barnes of Red, Spencer Chamberlain of Underoath, Scooter Ward of Cold on the only original song on the album, Far Away, and Lacey Sturm of Diamante. Also, Adam Gontier of Saint Asonia fame. He came from Few Days Grace, went to Saint Asonia. They're doing really fucking good. But the vocal features, I'm sorry to say, were my favorite part of the album, were the only good part of the album for me. Far Away is a decent song. Scooter definitely has a very nice voice for, like, softer songs. I agree with everyone, Far Away is definitely kind of a mid-song after re-listening to it. I did listen to it a lot heavily when it came out. But then I was expecting a new album, not an acoustic shitfest. I'm sorry if you like Aurora, but personally it's not a very good acoustic album. I'm sorry. It just isn't. Okay, now we're gonna get into some very controversial territory in how I rank my albums for Breaking Benjamin, mainly because I love every single album they put out. It is so hard to rank them because they're so consistent. But if I had to pick a number 6, I'm very sorry, but it'll have to be Dark Before Dawn. That is not it's not an easy decision to make, but Dark Before Dawn is my number 6. Dark Before Dawn was released in 2015 after the band went on a hiatus in 2009. And after that whole Valora, after Ben had to kick out 2 of his bandmates for that whole Valora incident with re-recording Blow Me Away without Ben's permission. So they got kicked out of the band, and I'm pretty sure they got fined too or something like that. But Ben got new people, including Keith Wallen, Jason Rauch, and I don't remember the other guy's name. Essentially everybody but Ben got replaced. Dark Before Dawn is definitely a very good... It's good. It's very good. It's a very good way to start up the new era of Breaking Benjamin. Unfortunately, it has to be at the bottom. Mainly, the only problems I'd give it are a few of the songs don't really do that much for me. Songs like Angels Fall, Close to Heaven, I think those are the only 2 I don't really... Look, like I said, I love every single song in their catalog, including like the B-sides or like bonus tracks. We don't talk about Aurora anymore. I just think Close to Heaven and Angels Fall are definitely the weakest songs on the album, which doesn't really say much because, again, I love every single song. Coming in at number 5, Oh boy, I'm gonna have to put Saturate, their debut, at number 5. Ah, man, I feel like Breaking Benjamin fans are gonna come for me after that. Saturate was the band's debut album back in 2002. They have been kicking it for over 22 years at this point, or about 22 years at this point. Or they've been, literally, Breaking Benjamin has been a thing for probably over 30 years at this point, or close to 30, because they formed in like late 90s. Anyway, Saturate is a very, very strong debut album with arguably the band's most different sound to date. They had a very different sound. It was more alternative, I guess more grungy, especially when you hear songs like the album's opener, Wish I May. That, my God, I'm very bad at this. But yeah, the album opens with a very heavy song, or very heavy riff, very alternative, grungy riff in Wish I May. And then, the song delves into, Medicate, Polyamorous, Skin, Natural Life, Next to Nothing, Water, Home, Phase, fucking No Games, Shallow Bay, Sugarcoat, and the album's closer. It was called Untitled for a while, but then it was renamed to Forever. I'm pretty sure I got that album track list dead set. But yeah, every song on here is very good, very catchy, though Home and I believe Phase do sound a little similar in the choruses, or in the post chorus going into the second verse, something like that, but they do sound a tad bit similar in the lyrics and the vocal melodies that Ben does. Still a fire album nonetheless. Way to come out swinging, guys. Number 4 is a very tough one, and it's gonna have to be Ember from 2018. Ember is their most recent album with original material from 2018. Also, where is our new album at, by the way? Because I am very excited for that. 6 years is a very long time away for an album. Yeah, Ember is a very solid album. People like to shit on it a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people because I fucking adore it. Songs like Tourniquet, arguably being one of their heaviest songs to date, Blood, and then the very, I don't want to say nu metal riff inspired Close Your Eyes. And I love nu metal. I love Korn, Slipknot. I'm literally wearing a Slipknot shirt. I have a Slipknot poster. I am a very big advocate for nu metal. Bands like Tetrarch, Tala, Spineshank. I love Spineshank. Nothing Face, Taproot, stuff like that. It has a very nu metal feel with the riff, but I really enjoy it. Red Cold River being the album's premiere, or like a very most notable single. Then you have Torn in Two, with very more somber vocal melodies from Ben in the chorus. And then you have the very sad Dark of You, which is a very good ballad. I love it so much. Then you have Psycho, Down, very underrated tracks. Those songs. This entire album is a very, very good and kind of underrated album. I think it's very good, but unfortunately, it's at the number 4 spot. Coming in at number 3. Oh God. See, this is where it gets hard, because these top 3 albums are fucking masterpieces, and I don't know how to rank them. I think, despite controversial belief, or, despite the controversy that might surround it, or my number 3 pick, because I'm bound to get comments saying that this album should have been number 1, or whatever. However, Phobia is going to be my number 3. And it's the only Breaking Benjamin album I have as a physical CD. I picked this up for only $5 at Walmart, literally fucking years ago, a couple years ago. It's a beautiful album. Phobia is a very good album. It's a fantastic album. I believe it was released in 2006. And it's surrounding the phobias of frontman Ben Burnley. Now, the band, or the singles from the album include Diary of Jane, or like the band, or the album's most famous songs from it are Diary of Jane, Breath, Dance with the Devil, Evil Angel. But I enjoy the deeper cuts, like You being probably my favorite Breaking Benjamin song from the album. Then you have Unknown Soldier, Had Enough, Topless. Then the weird sort of second to last song, You Fight Me, which is a very weird song. And I'll admit, that was like the only Breaking Benjamin song I never really got into. But the more I listened to Phobia and the more I listened to You Fight Me, it grew on me substantially. And I really, really enjoy it. But it really pains me to put it at number 3 because it is such a groundbreaking album. And coming off of both 2002's Saturate and 2004's We Are Not Alone, it really, it kind of put them on the map even more so than 2004's album did. Number 2 is very, very tough. And I think I'm honestly going to have to give it to Dear Agony. And it really pains me to put it at number 2 because Dear Agony is such an incredible album. It's the first album that Ben wrote while being sober. And the writing is it's that of being very triumphant, with songs like Give Me a Sign, I Will Not Bow, and a few other songs. It is so good. The album, or the songwriting, is fucking bananas. It's so beautiful. Songs like Anthem of the Angels, What Lies Beneath, Fade Away. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Lights Out is it's a kind of a heavy song for Breaking Benjamin in terms of the riffing, but my god, it is such a fantastic album. Ben and the others sound fucking incredible on this album. I cannot recommend it enough. Number 2 is Dear Agony. Oh, and the title track's good too. What the fuck am I saying? Now, if it wasn't obvious, number 1, of course, is We Are Not Alone from 2004. We Are Not Alone is the album that put Breaking Benjamin on the map with their song So Cold. It was a real breakout song, and for great reason. It's a very fucking good song. It's definitely one that I can say it's in my top 10 Breaking Benjamin, top 20 Breaking Benjamin songs, which will be a video at some point. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking beautiful, underrated songs on this album, might I add. Songs like Follow, Forget It, which is probably, it's in my top 10, or it's in my top 3, rather, top 5 or whatever. People shit on this song constantly, and I don't understand why. It is a beautiful song. Break My Fall, Believe, Sooner or Later is a very good song too. Away, Believe. I could name every song. Simple Design. Oh my god, fucking great riffing on that. Just every song on this album is killer. And it's like I said, it was very hard to rank these albums because I was making a list, but the only album I had on that list was Aurora at the bottom. Everything else I couldn't really think about until I started filming. It's so fucking good. The production, 2004, like, it sounds very 2004. It sounds very mid-2000s, and it sounds really, really good. It almost has, like, a raw feel to it. Like, some of the songs, like Simple Design, Follow, they have a very... Firefly is a very good song. That was, like, the only song I haven't mentioned besides Rain. Rain is alright. I will say Rain is alright, though I would have taken Better Days over it, though I don't remember when Better Days was recorded. Hell, I would have even taken Ladybug from their So Cold EP. They, re-recorded it or whatever. But We Are Not Alone is probably my favorite album from them. It's just so good, and who knows, it might become a habit when I do these rankings that a band's second album is their favorite. Or is my favorite. It happened when I ranked, you saw what happened when I ranked 3 Days Grace. 1X turned out to be my favorite, and it's their second album. Hell, We Are Not Alone might as well be my favorite album too. It's a very, very good album, and yeah, that's all I got. So that's the album ranking done. I literally have a headache because it was so hard to rank these albums. Yeah, it was very hard to rank the albums. But I think I had a blast doing it. Though I might revisit this video when the new album comes out, if it does come out this year, which I hope it does, because I have been anticipating that next album since Aurora, or since Ember, and yeah, I just can't wait for it to come out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my ranking of the Breaking Benjamin discography, and I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.